Number 15 is the question we are going to handle. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and please visit the playlists to see more topics. So here number 15 was about kinematics, and also part B was about simultaneous equations applications. So let us see what we had there. They are telling us that a motorcyclist rides from home to a trading center at that speed. He immediately rushes back home at that speed. The whole journey takes 50 minutes. Determine the distance between the home and trading center, and then the time spent from trading center to home. You can pause the video so that you can read the question properly. Now, in my solution, we have two places here. So if I start on my solution here, I have two places. So this is now going to be my sketch. I have home, and this side I have the trading center. Now, they are telling me that, of course, from here up to here, let me say that the whole distance there is going to be D. From home to the trading center, this distance, let me call it D. From there up to here. Remember, whether you are going home to trading center or from trading center to home, that distance doesn't change. Now from here, they are telling us that this man, from home to the trading center, he was using a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. But we don't know how long he spent. Now let us call that time that used T1. Of course, because our speed is in kilometers per hour, even our time has to be in hours. Also now, they're telling us that this man now rushed from the trading center back home. Now, let us say that this is going now back home. By telling us that he's using a speed of 45 kilometers per hour. But now there we also don't know the time. So let me call that time from this to this side. Let me call it time T2. The one is using to come from this side to this side. Now, that's all they are here. But they're telling us that when the total time is spent this side, then coming back, they're telling us that he spent 50 minutes. So, mean that now when I get my T1 plus T2, I should get 50. But because these are in minutes, and you see that I am dealing with hours, I convert these to hours. So, divide by now 60. Now these ones are going to be now hours because they are giving us minutes. And you can able see that here, this one is going to give me 5/6 hours. So meaning, when I get T1 and T2, I should get 5/6 hours. Now, because you know that always our distance is equal to speed times time. Now, let me first consider the distance when it was going the other side. This distance, remember our distance is going to remain D. So my D is going to be the speed, which is 30 times T1. So that's the first one. Then also let me consider when it's coming back this side. Remember still, our distance is not going to change, it's going to remain D. So now my D there will be still the speed, but this time the speed is using 45 kilometers, then times the time is using, which we say let it be T2. Now realize that this D, assuming this is my equation 1 and this is my equation 2, you see that this D is equal to this D. So you realize that 1 is equal to 2. In simple term, the D is equal to the D. Now from here, it's that my 30 T1 is going to be equal to 45 T2. There are other methods. Oh, you could just make, from here you can just make time, then you substitute there. There are many methods, so it's up to you. Then if I divide here, it's that my T1 will be equal to 45/30 T2, which I can able simplify so that my T1 becomes, by 15, I think you get 3/2 T2. Now, because I have this, I can come back now to this equation. So now from T1 plus T2 equals 5/6. Now I can substitute in these two. Now you start here, I substitute T1, but I also have the T2 there. So from there, it's that my 3/2 T2 plus T2 will be equal to 5 over 6. Now from here, let me use this one. So now if I multiply through by 6, multiply through by 6 here, I'll be having now the 2 will cancel, I'll be having 9 T2 plus multiply here by 6, I'll be having 6 T2, multiply here by 6, I'll be having 5. And then if you simplify, so I'm going to be having 15. Okay, we have 15 T2 equals 5. So my T2 there is going to be divided by 5 both sides. I mean 15 both sides. We'll be having a half hours. So now that is what we have. So T2 is half hours, meaning I can put here to get my T1. So my T1, we said is going to be 3 over 2 into now the T2, which is a third from there. So start my T2 is going to be a half an hour. Half hours. So it's that this one, by the way, if you convert to minutes, now you multiply this one by 50, I mean by 60, till 2 is that it will be just 20 minutes. And then this one is that it's going to be 30 minutes if you want it in that order. So the first part was time spent travel from the trading center back home. So they wanted us to get the trading center back home, which is T2. So our T2 was just 30 minutes. Now they're asking us the distance between the home and the trading center. So distance between the home and trading center, our D, distance between the home and the trading center, this D. You can either use this equation or you can use this. It's up to you. So let me use this one. We said it's 30 times T1. Which is going to be now 30 times our T1. Our T1 was a half, which is going to give us 15 now kilometers. So this was now, they wanted that this was between the home and trading center. So this was Roman numeral 1, then Roman numeral 2 was there. So that's how you had to handle those two parts. Now part B, they are saying Solomon was given shillings 6,200 or 6,200, which was exactly enough to buy 3 loaves of bread and 2 kilograms of sugar. However, she made a mistake and purchased 2 loaves and 3 kilograms of. She did the opposite, by the way. Now the turning point was here. She then had a balance of 400. Now, let me say, in my solution there on number part B, they want me to get now calculate the cost of a loaf, then a kilogram of salt. So let me say, let X be the loaf, the cost of the loaf, then Y be the cost of kg of salt. Now, the first part is telling us that she was given 6,200, which was exact, meaning exact enough to buy 3 loaves. So when I get 3, X, because X is our loaf, then plus 2 kilograms of salt, which I'm calling Y, this money was exact. So if she bought 3 and bought 2, she was going to use 6,200. Now, but instead, she made the opposite. How? Purchased 2 loaves. Now, she purchased 2 loaves plus 3 kilograms of sugar. And then she was given a balance. Now, the meaning that to know the cost of these 2 and these 3, it means that we get the balance minus the money she was given. So she was given 6,200. Then we have to subtract off the balance she was given, which is 400. So it's that now there I have 5,800 or 5,800. Now it's that there I have 2 simultaneous equations. That was the question, by the way. So solve them. Solve. So I have now 3x plus 2y equals Now I think everyone can solve two simultaneous equations using any method you want. So I can say multiply here this by 2, then multiply here by 3. So see, this will give me when you get here and multiply that 62, I think we are getting 12400. This times this, I think 9y. Then this times that. We get 174. Then we subtract. This will give us negative 5y. And there I think we are going to be having negative 5,000. Divide through, and set our y is going to be now divided through by negative 5 by negative 5. You get 1,000. And so from there, you can substitute in either this one or this one to get your value of x. And trivially, you can see my x is going to be, when you substitute it here, we shall be having now 2,000. Take it this side, we shall be having 420. So 4 divided by 3, shall be getting 1,400 shillings. And that is the cost. So you come here and say, therefore, the cost of each kilogram of salt was 1,000, and then the cost for each loaf of bread was 1,400 shillings. So that's how you had to answer that question. It was very easy. So let us see what we have in number 16. See you, but please don't forget to subscribe to the channel.